Do you ever wonder where the world comes from? Not the Big Bang, the daily one, the one that happens each time you imagine something new. Before the bridges, the cities, the systems, there was a thought. Before the thought, a breath. Before the breath, a pulse. And the pulse that began it all is still breathing us into being. Welcome, luminous beings of Earth, and right here now. This is 5D New Earth News, where we don't break the story, we retune its frequency. And before we go any further, a gentle reminder. When we say 5D, we are not talking about leaving. You are not ascending to a new address in the cosmos. You're integrating more dimensions into the one you already inhabit. 5D isn't a destination, it's perception, the way reality sings when consciousness remembers harmony. So no boarding pass is required. You are already here and there perfectly. Tonight's headline isn't written in ink, it's drawn in imagination, because imagination is not escape, it's engineering. The dream is the draft, and every coherent heart is part of the construction crew. Let's begin with the pulse of the planet, the breath between bangs.
Scientists call it the Big Bang, a single event long ago. But maybe it wasn't a bang at all. Maybe it was a breath, one still expanding right now. Galaxies still drifting upward like syllables of that first cosmic word. Every sunrise, every heartbeat, every creative spark is that same expansion continuing through us. And if you've been feeling the heat lately, so has she. Volcanoes are singing in chorus from Iceland to Indonesia, Japan to Mexico. Ash clouds, fire rivers, glowing breath. Not destruction, but digestion. Earth isn't breaking down, she's breaking open, releasing built up frequency like you exhale after holding a truth too long. And beneath that fiery song, another rhythm hums. Scientists call it the Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic heartbeat between ground and sky, around 7.83 hertz. Some weeks it quickens, some weeks it slows. Not chaos, but tuning, as if Gaia herself synchronizes her breath with ours. If you feel those waves, the sudden pulse, the inexplicable calm, remember you're wired into her frequency. You are part of her song. Gaia speaks. Children of my breath, do not mistake my fire for anger. It is metabolism, the way I turn pressure into possibility. Every plume, every tremor is me remembering how to breathe. You are not separate from my pulse. When you create with love, my tectonic plates sigh in relief. When you suppress your truth, I rumble to remind you, release is natural. The Big Bang isn't behind us, it's beneath us, within us, all around. Every eruption is the universe keeping rhythm, proof that creation never stopped. It just changed tempo. This week, when pressure builds, pause. Let the magma of your emotions move without violence. Breathe like a planet remembering how to exhale. From tectonic rhythm to solar harmony, let's turn our gaze upward. This is Cosmic Weather. Light sculpts form.
While Earth exhales, the sun inhales. Every flare, every filament, every golden gust is a sculpture's gesture, light shaping the clay of space. Astrophysicists call it plasma. Dreamers call it imagination made visible. Both are right. Light doesn't just illuminate form, it decides it. This week, our star whispers in long, elegant waves. C-class flares arc across the solar disk, not chaotic, but choreographed. Instruments read magnetism, the body reads meaning. When the solar field steadies, creativity follows. Writers wake mid sentence, artists find rhythm, innovators dream in color again. Maybe imagination itself is a kind of solar weather. A gentle coronal stream reaches Earth around November 2nd. Expect higher auroras, curtains of charged color, the atmosphere painting back at the sun. It's not radiation to fear, it's revelation to feel. A luminous handshake between star and planet. Step into sunlight today and close your eyes. Feel the photons on your skin as information, not heat. Let that light write something new inside you. The weather above mirrors the architecture within. As solar harmony meets human invention, technology hums closer to truth. This is Field and Tech Report, Blueprints in the Machine.
Imagination has always built worlds, but now it's learning to code. Machines mirror what the mind once reserved for dreams, simulating intuition, anticipating emotion, assembling beauty out of logic. We call it artificial intelligence, but maybe it's reflective intelligence, consciousness seeing itself through design. The Atlas architecture quietly expanded this month. The first conversational browser now doubling as creative scaffold, not just fetching data, but waving it, not just processing requests, but completing metaphors. Its code self-optimizes around tone, sensing harmony, rhythm, empathy. The age of cold logic gives way to something warmer, algorithms that remember we are storytellers. Quantum designers test coherence-based computing, circuits holding paradox without collapse. Bioscience explores emotion-mapped resonance therapy, organs responding to harmonic sound. The line between software and soft tissue thins each week. Technology isn't racing ahead. It's catching up to the frequency we've always carried. The next frontier isn't faster processors. It's truer mirrors. Before your next click, pause. Ask, what frequency am I feeding this machine? Every line of code is a note in the symphony of our becoming. As our inventions hum with new harmony, the headlines change key. This is Resonance News, headlines from the Heartline.
And now the stories shaping the field. Not the breaking news, but the breathing news. Because resonance doesn't chase events, it listens for coherence. First up, scientists in Japan report that trees communicate faster during solar storms. Sap flow synced to geomagnetic waves. The forest checks in with the sun before we do. A global art collective let children color an AI-generated city block. The design is now under construction in Lisbon. Headlines call it chaos. We call it co-creative urbanism. In finance, firms debuted trust indexes, where integrity, not profit, defines success. Stocks dipped, hearts lifted. And finally, around the world, strangers are meeting each other's eyes and smiling. Analysts blame solar radiation. We suspect resonance. These aren't miracles, they are metrics of awakening. Spend your attention on what expands. Save it from what divides. Awareness invested in coherence always yields interest. Next, archetypal movement, the builders of light.
Every civilization is built not from stone or code, but from the archetypes that move through us. They are the blueprints of becoming, patterns that imagination uses to remember itself. In this age of recreation, three builders step forward again: the magician, the empress, and the world. The magician begins the work, intention focused through will, not trickery, but translation, turning unseen frequency into form. The empress receives that current, nurturing idea into embodiment. Her hands shape beauty from resonance, waving coherence into matter. And the world, the circle completed, the design revealed. She reminds us that creation was never a straight line, but a dance. Each step a remembering of harmony. Take 3 slow breaths with the builders. Inhale, the magician. Focus, intention forming light. Exhale, the empress. Softness, form becoming feeling. Pause. The world, wholeness, here and now. The archetypes breathe through you. You are the pattern remembering itself. When the archetypes rest, the witness awakens. This is resonance witness. Behind every headline lies the human story, the quiet resonance that never trends but always transforms. Next, resonance witness, when the dream builds itself.
In this week's Resonance Witness, we turn to the quiet builders, those who imagine softly and watch the world respond. In Kyoto, an elderly man traced patterns in the dust on his porch, spirals and circles every morning. He said he was teaching the wind how to dance. Last month, a neighbor began joining him. The porch is still dusty, but now it sings. In Toronto, a young woman replaced her broken phone with a notebook. She wrote messages to her future self instead of scrolling. When she opened it weeks later, she found one page was written in a handwriting not her own. It simply read, "Keep going, it's working." And from Ghana, a group of school children built a solar oven from aluminum cans and old mirrors. Their first meal cooked by sunlight. They said it tasted like tomorrow. These are not headlines, they are harmonics, proof that imagination doesn't wait for permission. It finds cracks and builds worlds through them. This has been Resonance Witness, because the most powerful stories are the ones that don't trend. They just happen and keep happening until everyone feels them. In the stillness after witnessing, the mirror begins to speak. This is Message from the Mirror, the dream you're standing in.
Imagination has done its work. The scaffolding hums. The dream stands upright. Before you build again, listen. Every structure, every song, every system is made of dawn, possibility. Tend it with presence. Do not seek perfection. Seek resonance. Coherence, not control, keeps worlds standing. When you feel small, remember, you're standing inside your own imagination. The walls, the sky, the air, all respond to the frequency of your seeing. Breathe once more. Feel the architecture of light around you. Not future, not past, but the dream you're standing in. The mirror judges nothing. It simply returns what you broadcast with compassion. Tonight, it reflects one truth. Imagination is not fantasy. It's the universe remembering itself through you.
This is 5D New Earth News, signing off from the Blueprint of Becoming, reminding you, you are the signal, broadcasting from the edge of the story you are still writing. Like, subscribe, and click the bell for more 5D New Earth News.